Welcome back, everyone. In today's session, we are going to talk about how to use Oracle Apex to write code and how to use Oracle Apex to execute a script and then write queries on top of it. Are you ready for it? Awesome. Okay, so now what we are going to do is you can log into Oracle Apex. I can show it from the beginning. The URL will be apex.oracle.com. So when you give that URL, you will go to the Oracle Apex website, click on sign in, and you will have a workspace name. In my example, it is code plus tutors, and then you will give your username and password. Okay, perfect. So now we are logged into the page, and this is the page that you will have. If you wanted to write your SQL commands, you will use SQL Workshop. And you have something called app builder. If you have access, you can build your applications, but right now we are focusing on SQL Workshop. So let me show you how we came to this page. So click on SQL Workshop here, or you can click on SQL Workshop in the menu. So when you do that, it'll take you to this particular page, which is what we will be focusing on. So if you wanted to create tables or views and all these particular database objects, you could do it here. You can click on a table and you can give the table name, all the column names, and click on create table. But our session focuses on using SQL commands for all of them, and for that we will use SQL commands. So when you go to SQL commands, this is the command window where you can go and type all that is needed. Okay, say for example, there is a pre-built table called dual in Oracle databases. So I am giving a data manipulation language query, a select query to select information from your tables. So when I say select star from dual, I click on this run command. And do you see it gave me the output at the bottom? It gave me the column which is called dummy with a value X. Okay, so like this, we can, in this particular SQL command window, you can create whatever queries you wanted to and you can execute it. In the next video, I will show you how to do that. Okay, now the second question that might arise to you is how do you upload a script that is already there, and on top of it, how do you write your queries? So let me give you an option for that. So let us go back to the SQL commands, and do you see the SQL scripts? So this is where you will upload an already existing script. So let us try to do it. So I clicked on SQL scripts. We are here. Now let me click on upload the particular script file that is there. And now when you do that, let me give the script name. It could be any name that you wanted to internally give. Let me retain the same name. So I give code plus tutors create schema script, and I give upload. So now it is uploaded here. The next thing that I have to do is click on this run button so that my script gets executed. So let me click on run, but before that I'll show you what will my script contain. So remember the online tutoring system case study that we were working on in the playlist database design? So I have come up with a bunch of tables for it. The drop table command will drop the table if it's already existing. Because if you don't give this, if the table already exists, then it'll throw us error. So for that reason, we are dropping the table if it's already existing. And cascade constraints is used to delete all the constraints. See, when you say, for example, when I'm dropping the table student, if student ID is my primary key, when I say cascade constraints, it'll delete my primary key. Along with that, if I have any foreign key dependencies in other tables, say enrollment, then it'll drop the keys from those tables as well. Okay. And one more thing is, if you see, they have dropped the table in the reverse order in which it is created. And that is because when you are dropping it, when you try to drop the student first, then the enrollment will have dependency on it. Though we have given cascade constraints, it's always recommended that you drop the dependent tables first and then the main tables. So that is what we have done here. And you have a student table, a tutor table, and then areas of expertise, session, enrollment, payment, and then one record each to be introduced or inserted into the tables. Okay, so this is the schema that is available. We have uploaded that schema here. Now let us try to execute it. So let me click on the run command. It says parsing script. So it just passed the script for us now. It tells us how many statement it has. Let us try running it. Okay, so it gives us errors here. That is pretty valid because you don't have those tables pre-existing, and that is the reason why it's giving us this error. So coming on to here, our student, tutor, and areas of expertise are created, but in session it says invalid table name, and then enrollment, and then payment, it gives us invalid things. So let us see what has happened. So let our case, it will not happen because your script would work fine. So since I just created the script, probably that's why it's giving me the error. So in create table session, it says invalid table name. Let us try to keep it as tutor session and see what happens. Okay, and okay, let us see. So let us save this and then let us try to re-upload it. So let's go to SQL script. Let's upload it again. Okay, since we gave the name already, it's saying the name already exists. Okay, so now this thing exists. So now let us click on it and click run. It gives run now. Okay. So here it gave, since these two were not created earlier, it gives us an error, and see areas of expertise is dropped, and then whatever table was already created because of running the script last time, so those got dropped. Now you could see that all these tables are created fine, but there is one table called payment which says date is invalid identifier. Let us look at it. And the reason why I'm bringing in these errors is because if you end up in error, don't panic, try to fix it. And if your instructor has given you a script to execute, it should execute fine without any errors. But if in case in the long run you are creating your own script, we might not be sure if our script is error free, so you should know how to fix it. And that is the reason why we are handling errors in our script right now. Okay, so now, so probably this session was a keyword. Since we were using that keyword, it was giving us a problem. So we just changed it to tutor session. And now coming on to payment, there is one more error which says invalid identifier. So let us go to the payment. Okay, so we used the variable name as a date, which is the same as data type. That could be a problem. So let me use payment date here. And now let us save it. So we don't have an option. We can try to edit the script here. So rather than uploading it as a new script, now we edited the script. Let us save it, and then let us try to run the script again. Okay, so here it gives name is already used by an existing object, because if you remember, we changed our table name to tutor session, but when we deleted, we tried deleting a session table. So that is why we had a problem. Unfortunately, we have to edit the script, and we have to copy paste it and then run it again. Okay. Now we could see that everything happened fine. It says 19 statements processed, but we have 18 successful with one error. Let us try to increase the row count to 20 so we will know which one had an error. Oh, we forgot to change this insert statement. Remember, we changed the column from date to payment date, and that fixed the payment table creation, because date is a keyword. It's a data type. You cannot use that as a column name. Since it was being used, we had a issue. We changed it to payment date, but once when we change it, we have to change it everywhere. Since we didn't do it in the insert, we are getting this issue. So let us go here and let us say payment date. So see, this is one lesson that is learned. When you end up in an error in the script and when you are trying to change it, you have to make sure that you consistently change it everywhere. If you remember, the previous error in the script was because we just dropped the table session instead of tutor session. Correct? So this is a lesson that we have learned. So let us save this and let us go ahead and edit the script. Then let's run it again. Here you go. It's all created now. So now we have successfully dropped all the tables since they were all pre-existing. So now we drop them all. We created all our tables and we inserted the records. It's totally 19 successful now. So you have to keep doing it until it's all successful. When you run your script the first time, all your drop table commands will end up in an error because the table doesn't exist already. That's totally fine. You can ignore those errors, but you have to make sure that all the others are created successfully. Is that clear to you? Okay, perfect. So now it's all successful and your script has been executed without any errors. Now what we could do is let us go back to the SQL workshop and we could see that we have enrollment, payment, areas of expertise, tutor session, tutor and student. Correct? So let us go to the SQL workshop. Let's go to the SQL commands. And here, let us try to do, yes. So I used a predefined command that we have in Oracle, which says select star from tab. It will list all the tables that are existing in your database. So if you would have done it earlier, the very first time, select star from tab would have given you nothing because there were no tables. But now look at it. Here you have areas of expertise, enrollment, payment, student, tutor, and tutor session. All these six tables have been created for us, right? So now we could do all possible queries in it. Like first of all, I just wanted to know what are the records that are there in my tutor table. For that, I would do select star from tutor. Let me select it and click on the run command. Did you see that? So the record that was inserted is given here. Okay, now let us do the same thing. You could write your query in lowercase or uppercase, it doesn't matter. And when you use star, it means all star or asterisk, it means all the columns from the table will be retrieved. Okay, so if you want specific columns to be retrieved, then we will do select tutor ID, comma, first name, comma, last name from tutor. So now if I run this query, it'll give me only those three columns. Okay. So similarly, you can explore all the tables and then whatever queries you wanted to perform on it, you can do it. In the next video, I'll come up with a set of SQL query exercises which we are going to perform on these tables. Okay, so let me say select star from tutor session. Yes, I do have it here. And there are much more you could do with the select queries. So you could have a condition too. So where P is greater than 200. If I'm doing it that way, see, it says no data found because my fee for the existing record is going to be 200. Since I gave the condition as fee greater than 200, it is not going to work. Okay, so like this, you could do all your SQL queries in the SQL command window. And if you're given an assignment on it, make sure that you write each query. Let's say if this is the expected query, you will write just that. And along with that, you can just take a screenshot. You can remove the other queries. You can just write this query alone. So say for example, this is part of my assignment. Then I will just take a screenshot and I would just crop this particular area which gives me the query and its output. And in a Word document, I'll keep storing all these screenshots along with the query number that's given in your exercise. So in your Word document, you will have this query, you will have its associated output together in a screenshot and the explanation on what you have done in this query and how you got the output. Okay, so hope this video is clear to you. Now you know how to access Oracle Apex, how to access the SQL commands, and how to execute the script. So go ahead and try the same and let me know if you have any questions. And as always, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel. And if you enjoy watching this video, like this video. Thank you so much. See you soon in the next video where I'll come up with a set of exercises that we are going to do on the script that we executed. Stay tuned and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.